Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities in case you missed it for November 2022. Here, I gather up some weird and offbeat stories that mostly happened throughout the current month that you might not have heard about. So let's not waste any time and jump right into it. If you're confused by what you're currently seeing, that's alright. It's very hard to tell what's going on here, but what you're seeing is a Christmas tree in a bathtub. A woman posted this to Facebook explaining that she gives her Christmas tree a bath to clean it of any dirt and dust. As you can tell by the bath water, a cleaning was very needed. Now, before you ask, this is an artificial tree, and according to surveys, most people keep artificial trees up for at least a month where it gathers tons of dust. The woman was mostly praised for her cleaning the tree, but some chimed in and said it's just another freaking thing to clean. Who needs that? This next story is more so to bring awareness than anything. We usually want what's best for the elderly and those who can't care for themselves. Usually. However, we all know too well nursing homes can be a hit or miss, and for one nursing home in Wisconsin, it's a major miss. An elderly man had fallen after his heat at his home was cut off and he was suffering from frostbite. He was placed in a nursing home and sadly was being taken care of by a real-life nurse Ratched. The man had another fall at the nursing home, but was okay. Mary Brown, the nurse taking care of the man, decided to amputate his foot without his consent and without speaking to doctors. The man, who was very much in his right mind, said no, but it didn't matter. Mary cut off this man's foot, and the reason for doing so was so she could get it stuffed and used as an example to her kids if they don't wear their boots out in the cold. A week later, the man passed away. Mary was arrested and charged with elder abuse and illegal amputation. These actions by Mary spurred an investigation into the nursing home where quite a few things came to light. Failure to report sexual assault, failure to report a head injury, lacking in professional standards, lack of coordination with hospice care, and much more. The scary thing is this place is still operational. So if you have to put someone into a nursing home, please go over the place with a fine-tooth comb. In San Francisco, a draft has been drawn up for police robots. Not just any type of police robot either, but ones that are lethal. I'm sure the first thing you guys thought about just now is RoboCop. However, RoboCop is a cyborg, so get that out of your head. Anyway, civil rights groups basically called the cops crazy for wanting to do something like that. This then led to law enforcement backtracking and explaining they wouldn't use lethal ammunition with the robots, and that they would more than likely be equipped with bombs. Because yes, police are saying the robots would only be used when there is no other opportunity present. Critics, however, say we're living in a dystopian future and it's all too easy for police to abuse such a weapon. We'll find out if San Francisco police will get their exploding robots or not next month. This is John Armstrong. And John did something most of us at one point or another wanted to do: kill someone over a game of Monopoly. Yes, we all know Monopoly is a game that's said to bring people together, but in reality, it makes you want to shoot someone. And this is where John comes in. It was family game night. There was some drinking and some Monopoly playing. a dangerous mix that led to a fight between John and his stepfather. The board game was tossed aside and the two men scuffled. The family told them to take it outside. The stepfather cut John on his head, and that's when John proceeded to get his gun and started to chase his stepfather down the street with it. Cops were called and John was arrested and charged with assault with a deadly weapon. The cops never did find the gun, though. So now John is behind bars, and lucky for him, Bubba is a fan of Sorry. So from one scuffle to another, and this one involves a turf war and a stabbing, the streets aren't kind to people who don't follow the rules of the streets. And when you don't follow the rules, mess happens. And mess did indeed happen here. A turf war of sorts started between two differing parties. And I'm not talking about Crips and Bloods. Oh no, that's kiddie stuff. This turf war was between hot dog vendors. In San Diego, a musical event was taking place. Everyone was enjoying themselves and having fun. However, some hot dog vendors from Los Angeles showed up, and the local vendors didn't like them being on their turf. Adding insult to injury, the LA vendors set up shop where the San Diego vendors do majority of their business. Not taking kindly to this, the San Diego vendors confronted the LA ones. An argument ensued, which then led to a 15-person brawl. One of the San Diego vendors even stabbed an LA vendor in the back. Luckily, the stabbing didn't lead to serious harm. Cops came and broke things up, and people were treated at the scene for injuries. There was one arrest for the stabbing. So yeah, who knew that the hot dog vendor business was so gangsta? Finally, we have a story too stupid to make up. A Florida woman is suing Kraft Heinz Food Company because of false and misleading advertising on microwavable Velveeta shells and cheese. Amanda Ramirez is suing Kraft, claiming the prep time for the shells and cheese, which is advertised as 3.5 minutes, isn't true at all. The suit reads, and this is a direct quote, "Consumers seeing ready in 3.5 minutes will believe it represents the total amount of time it takes to prepare the product, meaning from the moment it is unopened to the moment it is ready for consumption." However, the directions outlined above show that 3.5 minutes is just the length of time to complete one of several steps. Ramirez chose Velveeta over other similar products because of the prep time prominently promised on its label, and would not have purchased it or paid less had she known the truth. Kraft responded to this by simply saying they'll defend themselves and called the lawsuit frivolous. Now, I'm all for sticking it to big billion-dollar companies, but only when they deserve it. Something tells me Amanda might be the type of person you have to tell not to eat the Tide Pods. And that concludes In Case You Missed It for November 2022. Thank you all for watching, and if you have your own offbeat stories, feel free to share it with us in the comment section down below, or share it with us on social media. You can find those links in the description below. Thank you all again for watching, and we will be seeing you in December.